Okay, so we're going to start with our bands and we're going to start standing. Sorry you guys, we'll sit down. So we're just going to grab our band and just bringing the arms out as far as you feel comfortable. We're going to have soft knees and core engaged here. So just breathing in and out, rolling through the shoulders, breathing in and out, rolling through the shoulders. And then we're just going to keep that stance with the soft knees, core on tight, chest up, and we're coming over and back through. Now with this movement, if it is uncomfortable for your shoulders, don't feel like you have to do it. Just keep opening up through the chest. It feels amazing. Core on nice and tight through this movement. Chest up. Feels so good. Nice early morning. Okay, we're going to hold it above our head and just come to one side. And then coming to the other side. Try and keep the core on nice and tight if you can when you're in this position. Just slightly, so I'm just going to slightly go beyond, opening, and then I'm going to come down nice and slowly with my hands apart and going to one side, coming back to center, I'll show you, and coming back to the other side, keeping those arms apart here. So we're pulling against the band as we move into this position. Just a couple more on each side. Just keep that going. Sorry, I forgot to set my timer. Okay, now I want you to think about just engaging those glutes as we would in a deadlift. And we're just going to pull open against the band and together. Keeping a straight back, glutes out. Just opening up against that band and back. We really want to make sure that that back is supported here. So no flexion in the spine. We're just doing a few of these. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come over the head and holding that up nice and high, chest up, bent knees, core on. We're doing the same above for 1. We're just going to 8. If you need to bring your hands closer, you can. Core and tight. Should be feeling that burn through the shoulders. And bringing it back and behind, rolling through the shoulders, just releasing through those shoulders. Band comes around, and we're just going to warm up. So you can have 2 feet here, or 1, it's up to you. But all we're going to do is just slowly pulling up. Really think about squeezing through those shoulder blades. Squeeze, like you got a little grape, you're trying to squeeze. Squeeze, and release. Really opening up that chest, nice neutral spine. You should feel it the glutes as well here. For 4, now really think about keeping the core on tight here. So bringing belly button to spine. And we're just going to hold here, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, you can put the band down, we will use it again later. And we're just going to open up through the chest. So I'm interlacing my fingers and then pushing out chin to chest. And then through, chest open, chin to chest. And open. This is so good to keep that chest muscles nice and lengthened. All right, we're going to come down onto our mat. Sorry, I'm just grabbing a drink. And adjusting the stand because apparently it's like decided to go the wrong way. All right, so standing on our mat, coming down. Sorry guys. And then we're just going to walk out the hands. Holding in this position. So we're a nice front hold or plank position. We're just going to drop the knees out to the side. So see how they're out? And we're going to sit back onto those knees, onto those legs, sorry. Now, if this hurts your knees, just find a position that's comfortable. So we want to rock through the shoulders. I don't know if you can see this well, but we're opening up through one side, back and opening through the other. Just getting the shoulders warmed up. And then we're going to come back into that position and just push forward. So see, we're getting that stretch. You should be able to opening up those hips. If you need to bring the feet in further, opening up the hips, you can. We're going back. And then we're coming forward, just opening up those hips. Last one. So tuck the toes under, bring the hips in, and we're going to stay in all fours position. Now, we're going to push up into cat, chin to chest, drop into cow. Okay, really pushing up, chin to chest, and down. Pushing up, and coming down. Now what we're going to do is opening up through those hips. So we just stretch the hips. So all we're doing is bringing open that leg and bringing it back down again. Now when you do this, think about squeezing through those glutes as you open that leg up. Got your fire hydrant in, Sam?
Yeah?
Fire hydrant.
Oh yeah. No. That's the marking territory.
We had a bit of a joke about this yesterday because these are called fire hydrants because obviously the dog's having a little on the fire hydrant. 3, 2, nice stiff hips in the morning. And 1, we're going to switch into the other side. Shoulders back and down, set yourself up, core on tight. Let's go for the other side. And you might find that one side is a little bit more flexible than the other side. My left is always better. Once we're warmed up, it seems to go almost even, but sometimes in the morning it can be a little bit stiff. Two more. Tummy on tight. Last one. Coming down. And we're just going to sit back and release through the wrist because we're still going to use them. Now, if your wrists are hurting, you can come onto a fist, or if you need to, you can come onto your elbows. Okay, so we're coming out and we're going to put one leg behind and we're just going to come up into that position. So we've got a slight extension and down. Now really squeeze through those glutes. So I want that whole leg to be tight. So you can feel the tightness through the hamstring, through the glutes, through the quads, and core is on really tight. Squeeze. Nine and 10. So we're going to come up now and we're circling, just circles around to the outside. So just bring that belly button on nice and tight. And then we're going back the other way. Should be getting a little bit of fatigue. 9 and 10, holding up here, and we're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold, bringing it back in. Just bring it in a little bit and stretching through the calf. Did you guys feel that fatigue happening? Yeah, okay, good. All right, great. Okay, so we are going to do the same thing on the other leg. Just pushing out through the toes. So really engage that, all the muscles in that leg, including the calf. That's how you get the most out of this exercise. Tummy's on tight. Three, 2, 1. We hold up and we're circling out. Keep the core in tight. And then we're circling back in for 10. Core in tight. Hold, and then we're holding here. Bring the tummy on tight and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and release, bringing that in, having a nice little stretch through the leg. All right, seeing as we're doing some single leg, we'll come onto our side and continue with single leg. Okay, so this one, what we're gonna do is hold, bring the core on nice and tight here. So belly button to spine, hand down by the side, and we're just gonna lift and down. So think about moving the pelvis up and down. We're doing 10, 8, 9, and 10. So that, see how the bottom leg stays off the mat here? And really pointing through the toe as you come up. Get that little twist in the hip. Last one. That leg stays up and we come to meet. Tummy on tight. And hold, pushing out through those toes, arm comes over. Really push, and now we're gonna come up and meet. 1, just for 10. Tummy tight. Last one, and slowly coming down. We're going to come over onto the other side. Actually, do you guys want to do side lifts? Let's do side lifts. May as well do side lifts to start with. Top leg comes over to the front, and we've got that other leg behind. And we're going to push through the front leg. Okay, so breathing in and out and in and down. We're going to do 4 of these. Now, the alternative is this. Okay, so just coming onto the knee if you need to. Okay, so we're moving into one of the more advanced movements, which is a twist. So stay with that one if the twist feels a bit funny. Sometimes on the twist, I overbalance. So feel free to overbalance, okay? Make me feel better about myself. Okay, so breathing in, and then we breathe out, and in, and down. 4 of these. In, out, in, and down. In, out, in, and down. Last one. In, out, in, and down. Other side. I'm grabbing everything in between. Feel free to. All right. So we're coming over here, just stretch. I'm going to stretch through that arm, bringing it back down. All right, we're just going to bring the legs up. Last one. Hold here, that top leg comes up for 1, for 10. Last one, bottom leg comes up. Hold and come over, pushing in, push, and then we bring it up. For 1, we're going to 10. Last one, coming down, pushing through for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming up into those side bends. So top leg over. Okay, chest up here, and we're going to breathe in and out, in and down. In and out. Remember the knee if you need it. Last one before we go into our twist. Into our twist now. So in and out, in and down. In, breathe out. Really try and push back into that twist if you can. Last one. And down. Coming in. Just coming to that butterfly stretch. It's holding up here. Chest up. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Right, we're going to come onto our back. If you need to grab a drink, you're welcome to. Sorry, I drink so much, don't I? Slowly down. We're going to bring our arms over and we're going to breathe in and out. Just really feel the core engage here. Bring the belly button to spine as we breathe in and out and come up into our roll up. So coming up into that roll up position and over and breathing in and out. We're probably going to do about 5 of these. And then tummy on tight here. So what's going to bring you up is that core engaging. Hold, hold. And in. To come over. Really think about someone pulling you through your hands. I'm just going to do 2 more. Last one. Hands come over and we're just going to rest them here. just to get that stretch through. So you should get the stretch all the way down here. And coming up, hands come behind and just pushing back into opening that chest, because we're going to do some spine twists. So I'm just going to come back a little bit onto the mat here. And you want to bring one leg out wide and bring the other leg out wide here in those positions. Okay? Now, really flexing through the feet. Just chest up. Hands come out to the side. Palms facing up. We breathe in and out as we go to one side. Back into center. And out. And center. Back center. Get that real twist all the way around if you can. Into center. Core on tight here. Keep that chest up. Try and keep the chin over chest. One more on either side. Last one. We're going to hold here, flip the arms over, and we're going to come across the body into saw. We're going to open and come back to center. Across. We come up, open up the arms, and then you come back to center. Cross. Really pushing out here. Push. Really pushing here. Getting that nice shift through the spine. Couple more on either side. Last one. And center, holding here. Now, is everyone's hip flexors okay? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, cool. Holding here. We're just going to do some figure 8 with the arms. Keep those shoulders working nice and hard. Hands come up. Just bring the legs in slightly. And we're going to come forward into our C-curve spinal stretch. So we're going to just slowly bring the chin down to chest. And then we're going to just lean forward with the pelvis and coming up again. We're going to do a few of these. Chin to chest, curving and then pushing forward with the pelvis and coming back up again. And down. Breathing out as we curve through the spine and pushing forward. Getting that really nice stretch through the upper back. I'm going to do one more. Now hold here with your hands. Hold your hands around. And we're just going to bring that hand up as the other one holds. And back down. Bring that hand up. So you're kind of trying to twist as much as you can. It's not the most glamorous, but we're just opening, twisting as much as we can. And down. You feel this in your lats as your lats engage to keep you, lats engaged to keep you stable. Last one. And chin to chest as we stretch in this position. Okay, so we're going to bring the hands behind us here. Feet come down onto the mat, okay? And we're coming up into a reverse all fours position. And then we're coming back down. Don't worry about how high you can get as high as you feel comfortable. And down. We're just doing a few of these. Squeeze through the glute. And down. Squeeze. And down. 2 more. Last one, we squeeze. And as you come down, come through the hands and bring the legs out into the mat. Now find where you're comfortable. We're just gonna push up through here. And we're gonna bring one leg up and then the other. Now, if you feel more comfortable sitting in this position, this is sitting. You're still gonna work your abs if you are sitting, okay? So it's really about engaging those little transverse abdominal muscles. 3, 2, 1. And relaxing, coming down onto the mat, slowly coming back down. Hands come out to the side, and then we just face our palms down. Legs come up into this position, and we're gonna stick the knees together, stick the ankles together as we come to one side, look to the other. And back into center. Same other side. Back into center, keep those legs at tabletop. Core on tight here. Back into center. Core tight. Center. Couple more of these. Really working those obliques to get them to bring those legs back over. Back into center. We're gonna hold here. One leg comes up, the other leg comes down, and we chest lift up into this position. And we're gonna pull on that leg for a pulse. And then we're gonna switch for a pulse. And switch. Chest up nice and high. Hamstring pull. Keep that going. Get that nice pull of those hamstrings. And 3. Push that leg into the floor. 2. And 1. Okay, now we're gonna hold up here, hands behind the head, legs coming to this position. Oops, cramp. And then we're gonna come into this, back to center. Chest up. Pointing those toes. Couple more. 3. Working those core. 1 more either side. And hold here into those legs, hold. And we're gonna come forward with one leg and pull. So single leg, stretch. Chest up. Chin to chest, then you won't get that pain through the neck. If we're holding our head here, you're gonna get a neck pain. If we're up over, you won't get that neck pain. 3, 2, and 1. And bring yourself up, grab yourself a drink, grab your band. Okay, so with this position, we're going to use the band. Now, if you don't have a band, you can use a towel. Okay, so coming down, bringing that band underneath the foot, this leg comes down. We're just going to bring that out to the side as far as you can. See the leg on the floor? It's pushed into the floor with a pointed toe. And then we're coming back into center and over. And then we come out, opening right up. So if you've got a towel, you can use a towel. And then we're coming back and over, flexing that foot, and the foot on the floor is always extended. Core and tight here for stability. Pushing over, so it's coming over, you're getting the glute stretch. And then we're getting the opening through that hip. All that flexibility, feeling good. All the way over. Back into center and over. Last one. Back into center. Now we're just gonna try, sometimes this flicks off, and get it around the ball of the foot here. And we're just gonna extend and flex. So this is about working through the calf as well. It always slips for me. I'm just gonna reset that, but keep it going. There we go. Extend, flex. It's not a huge movement, but you'll start to feel the fatigue soon. Pushing that leg into the floor, the opposite leg. For 3, 2, 1, switch legs. Okay, so this leg comes into the floor, pulling back on this leg if you can. Okay, now let it come open and back into center and over to the other side. Keeping that leg into the floor and open. And over. So I'm getting a lot of stretch here and resistance. Just depends on the legs. Open. It's all about hip mobility. Back in and over. And do 3 more. And backing over, really get that stretch through the glute. Feel that stretch. Okay, fixing it so that you can extend with that foot. Hang on. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then extend, flex. And just remember that that leg on the floor is pushing into the floor. Get that nice extension. Don't let the leg drop too far down. You want to keep it up as high as you can here. Getting that nice flexion and extension through. Should be able to feel that working through those calves. Oh, there we go. Told you I'd lose it at some point. And then you should see the amount of outtakes I could put through in Pilates at the moment. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, both legs come over now. So bring both legs into your band. I'm all caught up. Hopeless. Both legs in. We're gonna hold, and we're just gonna bring those legs down and then up. See how they're flexed? And then down. Core on tight as you bring them up. Core on tight. Really feel that lower abdominals working. Core on nice and tight here. Pushing the back into the floor. Okay, now if you can point the toes here, we're going to come out and around and in and around. Try and keep the core on tight to keep you stable. If you need to, you can bring the arms out wider to keep you stable. It's totally up to you how you do this. So it's a banded corkscrew. We come in and out and around. Coming back in and out and around. We've got 2 more. In, out, and around. 1 more. Okay, now I'm going to get you just to bring one leg up, and we're going to push it down, and we're going to try and get a stretch through that hamstring. So this leg comes down, pulling this leg up. And release. Coming back up again. And release. Last one, pulling. Try and get that real stretch through the hamstring. Soft, not locked knee, just a soft knee. And down, switch to the other side. And stretching it in, keeping that leg on the floor if you can. And release. We're gonna be so flexible by the time this is finished. And release. Last one, really pulling that in. Really pull. And release. Okay, bands can go. We're gonna come over into some extension work. How's your hips are feeling? Good? Okay, we're just gonna hold in this position and we're gonna push up and we're gonna do a swan dive prep. So I like to think of thumbs by your ears here. As you breathe in, we push up as high as we can. Sorry, I shouldn't say push. We lift up as high as we can and then we push. And then we come back down again. So breathe in. As you come up, high as you can, and then push your arms up to higher. And then release. We're going to do the same again. This time we're going to bring the legs in. So get as high as you can, then push. As you come down, the legs come up. And breathe in. Get as high as you can and push. Same thing again, legs coming up. Breathe in. Pushing up, and then breathing out, and in, and out, and in, and out. We're going to hold those legs up here, hold, 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 come back into child's pose position. Get that stretch chin to chest. All right, we're going to come back in and do my favorite. So we're going to interlace the hands behind us. As we look to one side, so I'm going to look to the front. So I'm going to look to my right, and I'm going to pulse my legs for 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to breathe in and push everything back. And then I'm going to look to the other side and pulse for 1, 2, 3, and breathe in. And then 1, 2, 3, breathe in. Get as high as you can. 1, 2, 3, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, breathe in. Pushing that chest up. 1, 2, 3, breathe in. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly releasing. Hands come by the side and we come back into child's pose. Chin to chest, getting a stretch. I'm just going to hold my neck here. Okay, we're just going to come in to finish off with some stretches. So we're just going to open, so just come into a nice hip flexor stretch. We're just going to open up the chest. Guys did heaps well today. I'm sorry it was a bit all over the place. Bands here and there. Coming back down, let's go to the other side. Opening through that chest. And coming back down. Now with this one for our back, I just want you to think about putting chin to chest and extending the hands down. So chin to chest, see how I've got that real rounded back? Just really getting that chin down in so that you can open up through the back. And then we're going to bring the hands around and open up through the chest, looking up. and then we come forward, pushing out. So if we've been at computers all day, one of the ideal situations would be this all the time, stretching up all the time. The other one is slightly leaning back with your chest up and just moving your arms back behind you, getting those shoulders moving as much as you can, trying to get out of that position. So what happens when we're sitting in this position all the time, our chest starts to shorten, the muscles in the chest starts to shorten. We want to keep them as lengthened as we can, tighten the ones in the back a little bit more and keep us upright. Yeah, that's perfect. Alrighty,